friends, welcome back to Studying in the UK. Today we will be talking about Durham and school life. I studied in Durham University and majored in English literature for my master's degree. And Durham University is of course located in Durham. So we will be introducing a little bit of this town, Durham, and talking a little bit about Durham University as well as the school life in the academic and the entertaining aspect. I will also be talking a little bit about how life in general differs from the life in Taiwan. To begin with, Durham is located in the northeast of England. It is near the coast, so it would be really windy at times. The nearest big city next to Durham is Newcastle, which is north to Durham and takes about 15 minutes by train to get to. Durham is also famous for its cathedral and its castle. So from what I know, both of them are at least 800 years old, which means that they're built in the 13th century at least. And the Durham Cathedral is also one of the World Heritage Sites. The Durham Cathedral is also known for the Harry Potter film series. There are many scenes in the first and the second film that are taken place in the Durham Cathedral, including Quidditch matches or trainings, Professor McGonagall's classroom, and the Great Dining Hall as well. As for Durham University, it is famous for its theology, musicology, and English literature, and many others, just to name a few. So it is a very historical university, as it is a very historical town. So one of the interesting things is that the university is sort of scattered among the town. For instance, a lot of our student dormitories are next to households of the town people. And as mentioned previously, Durham is a very old town, but it is also very, very lovely. So moving on to school life, I would divide them into the more academic part and the more entertaining part. So academically, there are 4 modules that I have to take, and almost each of them are in forms of seminars. I have to attend 1 seminar for each course every fortnight, meaning I have 4 seminars every 2 weeks. I think the part that stuns me the most when doing my master's degree is how everyone in my class knows what they are doing and why they are doing it. I'm not saying that I don't know why I'm there or I don't know what I'm doing, but it's really quite an impact on me learning and seeing how all of my classmates have this goal to reach and they are really familiar with whatever fields that they are doing. So unlike university, you are basically all on your own. There are no professors to remind you of the papers that you have to hand in at the end of the semester, and there are no professors to assign you like secondary sources. It's totally research, and you really have to be responsible for everything you are doing or everything you are not doing. To lighten up the atmosphere a bit, we can move into the entertaining part of the school life while I was studying in the UK. As you might have imagined, there are a lot of entertainments. The most significant one I would say is the formals, which is like literally a formal ball that you can attend. So aside from the formal, there are also other more leisure parties for everyone to join because you have to pay for formals. Sometimes they're held after the formal, but other times they're held just for fun. For instance, there are Halloween parties, Christmas parties, end of the term party. They can party for almost any occasion. How life differs from those in Taiwan. Maybe I'm biased because I have only been living in Durham for a year, but from what I have observed, there are some basic differences. In terms of food, if you are a pork lover like I am, there's some bad news because the pork really stinks right there. So you either have to bear with the smell or you will have to purchase frozen pork from Chinese markets. Secondly, there is a small variety of vegetables and fruits compared to Taiwan. I guess most of you might have heard the rumor that British food is nasty, but I have to say that it's not true. One of the most famous coffee shops in Durham is called Flat White, and they offer the best pancakes ever. So for transportation, in Durham, because it's a really small town, so most people go by foot or by bike. There's also buses, which is similar to Taiwan. There are also metros like subways or MRTs in Newcastle, but as I did not live in Newcastle, I've only used it like once or twice to go between the airport and the city itself. But there is one flaw in buses. Like buses in Durham or Newcastle don't really call the stop. So sometimes you don't know where you're stopping. Yeah, so that is one thing to bear in mind when you are taking buses in Durham or Newcastle. Lastly, like shopping. Where do you have to get your daily stuff or like luxuries? I don't think they have many convenience stores, or at least not according to my observation, but they do have quite a few supermarkets, and the most often seen ones are Tesco, Marks & Spencer's, M&S for short, and Waitrose. So the stores usually close at approximately 5 p.m. or like 7 or 8 the latest. There are not many 24-hour stores, though there are a few. So this is something that we have to get used to as well. Before we end, there are a few questions I would like you to think about. So first of all, what are your main concerns when choosing a school to study in? Secondly, what is your first impression about Durham? Is it a place that you would like to visit? Why or why not? What are your expectations or imaginations about school life and daily life in a foreign country? And lastly, among all the things that I have been talking about, what do you find the most interesting or the most shocking? Why and why not? Please also feel free to let me know if there are any questions. And once again, thank you for being here, and I hope you enjoyed this video. See you next time. Bye!